Hey, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. How are you? It's the Morning After Music show. Ready to get into this?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? You got your news?
The
theme song goes. Not really. It goes in the part in the beginning of our video. But it's a 2022 album, and it's Brett's pick this week, and he chose Frank Turner's Frank Turner Hardcore.
Yeah.
There is a couple tracks on there that kind of feel like they are hardcore songs.
Oh, the first one for sure.
Yeah, first one for sure. We'll get a deep dive in a minute. But before we jump in, make sure you do the subscribes, click the likes, comment below when Cody gives you the question of the day. And of course, if you want to hang out in the live show, please come over to Twitch. Links down in the description. We do fun things like we have 3 segments. We have a morning brew where we talk about the news and kind of screw around and chat. Then we have this little segment where chat shuts the hell up and we do this. And then we hang out afterwards and just fuck around and watch videos. It's a good time.
We hit a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah,
good.
For sure. I time it perfectly now.
Really?
Yeah, so make sure you come over and hang out on Twitch. But without further ado, Cody, Frank Turner, give us the deets.
The deets.
Go for it.
Do it.
The deets and the beats. Like
Deets
Dwight
and beats.
Schrute. You remember him? He's a professional beater. Huh? So yeah, let me get a question of the day for you guys.
Yeah.
Comments below. Went with what's your favorite folk punk group? Thought that was easy enough. Similar enough. Folk punk. If you can't think of any, I got some examples, or we can
Pretty
just
much
expand
got,
the
like,
definition.
There's
3.
several. No, there's several.
Off top of my
Josh,
head.
Do you listen to them though? That's the question.
Josh, well, you seem to be an expert. You have a beanie with a little tiny cap on it or something.
Yes, that's true.
You live in Canada. That's folky.
They're called toques up here.
Yeah.
They are. Dude, lady that worked at Walmart, when I first walked in and tried to find one, I was like, do you guys have beanies? And she's like, what is that? I was like, it's a beanie. It goes on your head. And she's like, what is that?
A toque, eh?
Yeah, someone like walking by, they're like, he's American. That's a toque here. And I was like, oh. I'm like, we both were like, oh. Yeah.
A cap. You fucking idiots. Okay. Anyway, folk punk, right? So I think folk punk's loose. Like, do you want to look at more folky stuff, like the writing, Americana? That's one way you look at it. Or you can go like, okay, is it? I mean, not even Americana. You can even look at the British.
This is Josh.
They kind of innovated.
Trying to think of a band.
No, I got a bunch. You can do Front Bottoms, which is an American emo version of folk punk.
No, well, I'm thinking
one of my
like
examples.
the Dubliners.
The Dubliners.
Yeah,
Sure.
I wanted to separate the Celtic side though, because I feel like we could just revisit this same exact question in March. Hey.
Oh,
that's true. You can, right? You could always do the Floggy Mollies.
Oh, that was
the drop kicks, right?
Well, all 3 of them are all Celtic.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So we have to wait. Push it to the side.
Now I don't know. I have to think.
Yeah, so I think the Front Bottoms would be a big one for America. Even though they kind of lean more into the emo pop now, but it started with a drum set and an acoustic guitar, and that is about as folk punk you're gonna get, right?
They were one of the examples I found. Yes.
Right, and Johnny Hobo, whatever the fuck his band is, Joey listens to them.
Hobo Johnson.
No, Johnny Hobo.
Oh.
Johnny Hobo in the train car vagabonds. I don't know. I'll look it up real quick.
Johnny what?
Yeah, Johnny Hobo. In the freight trains, that's what it is. That's a folk punk dude. If you got a name like that, you're a folk punk. Okay, just call it. That's enough. And then of course Frank Turner, which I think is folk punk poetry, right? I think he's solidified himself, especially with his band, the Sleeping Souls. I think not so much this album, because this is more of just a standard kind of punk pop kind of thing. But his Sleeping Souls band, I think that's what it is. Frank Turner and Sleeping Souls. So with that specific group, it's more he has an acoustic guitar, and then he has some arrangement. I think folk punk really is, do you play really loud chords on an acoustic guitar and have a drum set, then you're folk. It kind of sits in that vein.
I must not listen to a lot of it then.
Yeah, Freight Train. That's right.
I've got a couple of other examples, so you can just pick one. My answer would be Gaslight Anthem. Josh, would you agree to that one? Gaslight Anthem being folk punk? I think so.
Sure. I mean, I think Americana.
More Americana. Yeah.
Right.
See, that's the thing is that
Mhm.
I wouldn't really consider them too much folky.
I think how the writing, folk would be how the writing is, right? So like, what's being conveyed writing wise?
I think if you can play your songs and they sound almost exactly the same on acoustic as they do with the full band, folk punk.
So then,
that's why you have fucking like 8 acoustic tracks on this deluxe version.
What the hell are they called? Mumford and Sons.
But their songs are already acoustic.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
Yeah, but they got a full ass band.
Yeah.
Now, but you
like,
could probably
I would even say the Menzingers border it too, because you got, main dude just going around on his acoustic guitar playing their songs and shit.
Yeah, I think what it is like, how are the stories being told? If it's aggressive and storytellish, like if you could pop out an acoustic guitar and sing it in a pub, then it's probably folk punk. Something along, like, it's not like Kumbaya acoustic guitar.
Violent Femmes was also an example I saw. Chumbawamba, also technically folk punk in their early days. I know we all just know them for Tub Thumping, but they were a very, very leftist band. Love them. And then I saw a band called This Bike is a Pipe Bomb. So that's pretty cool. Pipe Bomb.
Sounds pretty,
I don't know any of these.
Pretty punk.
Violent
Sounds
Femmes
pretty
was
punk.
When I'm
Anarchist.
walking, I start to sob. Let me go on like a blister in the sun. That was
yes.
Violent Femmes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Brett's.
Yeah. I think it's a big grouping of music that really, I would say, got its place 90s.
And which is fitting because Frank Turner Hardcore is a very 90s sounding album. I always thought he was a very 90s sounding person ever since the one song that got played on 97X, Recover. Great song.
That was a good song.
Recovery is
wish
great.
they would have kept playing stuff like that instead of whatever they turned into after it.
Sleeping Souls.
This is his ninth
That's exactly what happened.
It's his 9th studio album, released just this past Friday, the 11th of February, 2022. The normal album has 14 tracks coming in at 42 minutes and 31 seconds, but we listened to the deluxe version, which is technically 20, really 8 or 16, and then 4 more acoustic tracks, clocking in at a total of an hour, 4 minutes, and 41 seconds.
A little long.
A little bit. I didn't even bother listening to the acoustic ones.
I listened to them as they, as I was listening to a full listen.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go out of my way.
I did that
to I want to listen to them, but they ended up, appearing in my listen through.
I'm very confused of releasing the deluxe version of the album the same exact time as the normal one.
Weird,
that threw me off a lot.
Yeah, same.
That's why, like, at first I didn't even see the regular version on Spotify. I only saw the deluxe one. That's why I started listening.
It was like
to
in its own section that was like, newly released, and it was right above the albums. So it was like, but the only area where the albums was showing the deluxe.
It's so stupid.
So it was weird, man.
It was a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. The performers on this album were, of course, Frank Turner on the lead vocals and guitar, Ben Lloyd on guitar and backing vocals, Terrence Anderson on the bass and backing vocals, and Matt Nasir on the piano, keyboard, organ, and backing vocals. Now, boys, what instrument am I missing here?
Accordion.
No.
A harmonica?
No. The drums. I never said a drummer.
Oh.
Right.
But there's drums on here, you might say. Yes, there is, and there's a reason for that. This album has a bunch of features. 3 of those are all drum features. On The Gathering, You had a guitar solo by Jason Isbell from the band Drive-By Truckers. And would you like to know who played the drums on this track? Brett?
Yes, hi.
Dominic Howard from Muse.
Really?
No way.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That
Yep.
left-handed bastard came on here.
Yep. I saw that and I'm like, oh, that's gonna tickle Brett.
Yeah, that's cool. I do like that song too.
Yeah. Jason McGeer from Death Cab for Cutie did the drums on A Wave Across the Bay.
Oh, dude, nice.
And Kevin Fennell from Guided by Voices did the drums on Little Life. The rest of the album was done by Ilan Rubin, who between 05 and 08 was the drummer for Lost Prophets, and that's way before. It's way before all the stuff. He left in 08.
Okay. He isn't the singer, so it's fine.
He isn't the singer.
It's fine.
That was and he's just a session drummer. It's fine. Everyone calm down. Since then, he's mainly drummed for Nine Inch Nails, but he's also worked with Angels and Airwaves and Paramore, filling in for drums. So he's on the rest of the tracks. Yeah.
All right. So what about Callum Green?
Callum Green.
Was he mentioned anywhere for drums?
Who's he from?
No.
He is the drummer of Sleeping Souls, the backing band. So this must have been an entire album without the Sleeping Souls, which makes sense why the sound is so different.
No. I'll get to that. Actually, the former drummer Nigel Powers' departure from the backing band is what led to Frank Turner utilizing guest drummers in addition to Ilan Rubin.
Interesting.
So whoever you just mentioned, I didn't even see. So he must have gone already.
Yeah, wild. 2020
there's a lot of drummers going
Callum
on.
Green. I think it's because really Frank Turner is a soloist, like a solo artist, right? And he does have probably a bunch of homies that he likes to write music with, which you can tell in some of his,
So he's doing what Manchester Orchestra wanted to do.
I think it's more of a conglomerate of musicians hanging out.
Yeah, going back to the definition of folk punk and how weirdly vague that is, I think a better way to come together with it is, when you write the album, you have a full band, but it is really just one guy with an acoustic guitar saying, okay, and now you guys play this, and it's going to sound cool. But if you guys aren't here, I got my guitar.
I can still do it.
I've got my car. And now I'm just quoting Say Anything. Is Say Anything my favorite folk punk band? It might be now. Or, Manchester also fits that bill, I think.
Sure. So at this point, though, it's so vague that every band will fit that.
It's a very vague thing. Genres are vague.
That's why I'm so confused on all of this happening.
Right.
What the hell's not folk then?
You got an acoustic guitar? You're folky. That's it.
Yeah.
Was an acoustic guitar included in the writing process at all at some point? Then you're folk.
And then,
Yeah.
And then you made it electric. Now you're folk punk.
Yeah.
The electric's what makes it punky. It's like putting flames on your car makes it go faster.
So, yeah.
Right.
Adds 5 horsepower per sticker.
Yeah. That's just science.
Science fact.
Chat, back me up on this. And then finally, Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro doing some vocals on The Resurrectionist. The producer was Rich Costley, who's also worked with Sigur Rós, Frank Turner, Muse, Foster the People, and Biffy Clyro. The singles for this album were The Gathering, Haven't Been Doing So Well, Non Servium, Miranda, A Wave Across the Bay, and The Resurrectionist. A lot of singles came out. I don't know how we only caught the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. Several of them.
We just don't have our ears to the folk ground, I guess,
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently we are missing an entire genre.
Yeah, we don't even know what the genre is. That's why.
Green Day's folk punk.
I mean,
they're too poppy, bro.
They made Minority. Minority's
Minority's very folk
punk.
Very punk. Yeah, I know.
The whole album is.
Anyway, after the lockdown began, Frank Turner began a weekly acoustic live stream, which he called Independent Venue Love, the goal of which was to raise money for grassroots venues struggling from the lockdown. It was during these streams where he began to perform new material for this album, the first one being The Gathering. And he raised nearly £300,000 and was rewarded the Music Venue Trust Award for Outstanding Achievement for Grassroots Music Venues. So, yay, Frank Turner, being a punk and putting your money where your mouth is, live shows all the way.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Once the restrictions became more relaxed, he entered the Abbey recording studio in Oxford with producer Rich. I already said former drummer left. Frank Turner described the album as a more direct and raw and sonically aggressive exploration of his personal issues that was built to be played live. You definitely get that feeling throughout this.
For sure.
The Origins of Miranda is about his father transitioning and now living as a transgendered woman at the age of 72. You know, you live most of your life not feeling you know who you are. Might as well. Better late than never, right?
72?
72.
Damn.
That's brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's mentally taxing, I feel.
The whole time?
The whole time. Yeah.
And you know, I don't know if you can tell from the lyrics, but their relationship wasn't too great before this. But Turner said in a Guardian interview that Miranda is a really nice person. My dad was not. So, they have recollected their differences and they are doing much better.
Interesting.
Very nice.
Maybe there's hope for me and my dad. Maybe I should just be like, hey, Dad, you ever thought maybe? You know? It's okay. I know you once told me if I ever was gay, you wouldn't love me anymore. But bigger person, right? Pog?
Love is love.
What can I say? I had some thoughts while listening to some of these tracks. I'm like, maybe. If that bridge wasn't already burned. A wave across a bay. No more laughing. This is actually really sad. Is a tribute to Frank Turner's friend Scott Hutchison from the band Frightening Rabbit. Scott disappeared and committed suicide on May 9th, 2018, and his body was discovered on the 11th.
I was going to ask.
Death Cab for Cutie's album Thank You for Today is also dedicated to him, which makes more sense that the drummer is on this song.
Right.
Yeah.
And Manchester Orchestra also did a tribute to him as well.
Do
Really?
you know which song it is? Because I saw that listed, but they didn't say which.
Let me do my thing.
Cool. I'll keep talking while you look it up.
Yeah, you talk. I'll click buttons.
Okay. You click the buttons. Originally, the song was titled Song for Scott.
Nerd alert!
And was released with the blessing of Scott's brother Grant. And it details a lucid dream Frank had about the two of them having a conversation with each other after his death. Josh, what did you find?
So, Frightened Rabbit and Manchester Orchestra did a song called The Architect together. And Manchester, I think it's just a single.
Oh, okay.
And Andy Hull, where is it? Yeah, so paid tribute with the cover of My Backwards Walk for Scott. So there you go.
Well, shit.
Wow.
They played it live. They played it live and everything.
Oh, damn, my phone's
Sad
about
stuff.
to die.
That sounds rough. Knowing that and listening to that live performance he did, or the acoustic version on the deluxe version, like, ouch.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
how he's able to do it.
Yeah, there's a really cool line in that where he's like he's kind of like asking like, why is this? And weirdly, I'm talking to you. Like it was like a dream, like weird kind of thing like that. And he goes, I know we're both atheists and you'd be pissed at me if you think this is what's happening.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That's a really good line. It's like, would you be able to if we don't believe in any of that?
Yeah.
So how am I talking to you right now? That's a really good, he's a great songwriter.
He's a really good songwriter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Non servium is a Latin phrase meaning I will not serve, usually attributed to Satan. Shout out to the big guy. But in this case, it's directed toward capitalists and politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And then finally,
Punky.
the 7,300 days, give or take, in Farewell to My City translates to roughly 20 years about him living in London and then leaving for the Essex coast. The song also references Turner's OG post-hardcore band, The Million Dead, And the phrase or the line, "I got tired of London, not tired of life," is a reference to a quote from Samuel Johnson. The quote being, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life." Now I'm going to say that again in a bad accent. When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life.
Go pop it.
I saw a picture of the guy. That's how he looked.
Right.
He looked like his mouth is full of mashed potatoes and all.
Everything's just kind of sagging around. Yeah.
Oi, oi. Oi, right then. Anyway. All right,
Very good.
Brett.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Tell us. What do you think about this album?
What do I think about this album? I like it, dude. I like it.
Yeah.
I actually listened to the lyrics, which I usually don't do, because granted, they're easier to follow. So it's kind of kind of the leading aspect of the whole thing. So I listened to them, and they're cool. They're really cool. I kind of connected with a few songs. Not that like I haven't had anything like catastrophic happen in my life or anything. It's just I don't know. I just kind of I understood it. You know, I felt the vibe, and yeah. I mean, it was a fun one. I had a hard time remembering the songs. Like my first few times listening to it, it took until like good like fifth time listening to actually like figure out what the songs were. I don't know why. Like I didn't hate any of them. I like a lot of the songs. It's just couldn't remember which one was which. But also this probably didn't help, is that this was the first album I did in shuffle. Usually I don't do shuffle.
Okay.
It was an accident at first, and then I just kind of left it.
All right.
And cuz I didn't know that Spotify was like already, you know, the button had already hit it. So like I was like halfway through and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, this is this is it." And then I realized it, and so I just kind of I let it go and see what happens. So that probably didn't help. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good album. Every time I hear Frank Turner, I immediately go back to Boston and can just remember walking through Harvard Square, getting drunk as fuck in GTA.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a I don't know, there's so much storytelling in it, and there's something so real about it. Like the imagery is so fierce.
Right.
Like like anything he talks about, it's like, yeah, I don't live in England, but like I listen to this and I'm like, I know what he's talking about.
I know exactly. Yeah, exactly. I know,
you know, there's
exactly
something so close about that, and it's like you're painting enough picture for me where I can kind of figure it. Like there's a couple lines where he's like, I think the song is The Work, and he's pretty much talking about like how he was like a shitty husband or a shitty boyfriend at some point in his life, and he's kind of recollecting on that. And he goes, you know, sure, I did the rock and roll thing, the rock star thing, and I feel like that's enough. I just want to kind of hang out on a Sunday afternoon in Kent with you. And I'm like, I've never been there, but I know what he's talking about.
But I get you, yeah.
You know, like it's like true, yeah. I'm not a rock star. I don't know anything that life.
No, but
you know, doing cocaine all the time.
The way that he says it, it's like
mentions in most of his songs.
You can picture it. You can picture it really easily.
Yeah, he paints a picture.
I saw in an interview when looking for reviews that he said apparently he can't hold a credit card without thinking about doing cocaine. His addiction was that bad.
Really?
Yeah, he's sober now.
Wow.
Yeah, he's sober now, and a lot of his songs are really about like, I mean, I don't know the exact title of it. But it might be The Perfect Score, maybe. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but he basically says, he was like, damn, there's not like a single day that goes by where I just like want to do cocaine and like not give a fuck. Like that's like the line, you know? And it's like, I just want to do it now, you know? And Recovery, that whole Tape Deck Heart album, which I feel like this album's like a perfect sequel to that. Really starts off that way. It's like, yeah, I wake up in a place I don't know where I am, and it's London. And of course, you know, like that's rough. And even though he's been years and years past, you know, sober now, it's like every single day it could not be, and he makes that known in every single. Right. I
think that's the thing. Like,
super fun. I've
had my fair shares of, going out and doing something stupid that I'm not going to completely admit on here.
Sure.
But, in GTA, of course, all these things were fictional.
GTA, yeah.
But I don't know. It's just, I didn't go like, I did it a couple times things a couple of times and be like, okay, I know what this is. Move on. Let's do the next thing. Let's figure out what the next thing is. See what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't never really stay on whatever I was doing at the time, like he did, which this is where it always kind of like, I listen to people like this and be like, okay, I know why you like these things. And I know that it can be a struggle, which is why I don't, continue to do those things personally.
Right.
Like, cause that scares me. That shit is like, this is what happens when you continue.
Sure.
And it's a little scary.
You really get that story from him where he's like, shit, it's always there with him. Mm-hmm. And just like you were saying, like, you can get why, and that's why I can't continue. But I guess maybe his lifestyle allowed him to just dive so deep into that. That's where he got, being a fucking hardcore, kid, punk rocker, just his entire life, just always like that. And especially living in a place like London, like where it's just so readily available.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So like that might be a contributing factor to that.
No, that's totally true.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, you guys kind of all covered it. It's a very positive album. Sounds very good. I'm a penchant for a soft spot for acoustic stuff or things that can be played acoustically. Since I, never was a good guitar player or anything like that. That's how like I kind of hung out with people. It's like, yeah, but I can play it acoustically and sing it pretty okay. Is that good enough? Dad, do you like me yet? I like the bass in Little Life a whole lot. I thought that was a nice little subtle touch in that track. I only heard as I was writing the review and everything. I was like, oh, that's nice little tones.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the bonus tracks on the deluxe version, Zeitbeast is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Nice little left turn.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Shikari vibes I get from him. I feel like, Cody brings up Shikari every week. But I feel like Rao is definitely a fan because the way that Rao talks is a lot how Frank Turner writes. And I feel like there's some influence going back to Shikari from Frank. And maybe even the other way around too, because Zeitbeast is definitely like one of those in-between album tracks that Shikari would put out, like Slipshod, that doesn't really have any meaning or anything. It's just fun. I think The Gathering should have been the first track though. Not anything against Non-Servium, I really liked it, but just the way The Gathering starts, like, as soon as the beat drops, that's when things will all go to heaven or some shit like that. I don't know. Really cool intro. Should have been the intro to the album, especially since Farewell to My City is the perfect closer. Just saying, all right, now this is how it all ends. We're just going to sing about London.
It is a good closer.
Right. Yeah, I really like that. And it's really cool that it almost sounds like spoken word poetry.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it does, and I really like that.
Right.
I found myself, it kind of was a slow burn at first. I wasn't really like grasping it in my first couple listens, but like last night and today I was like, okay, yeah, this is fun. I wish we had more time with it to really like marinate and get familiar with it. But I mean, I was able to come up with a conclusion for my review, like putting that kind of in mind, that I will be coming back and listening to this album more because I really do like it. And so I made my review reflect that. And haven't been doing so well is a Certified Anthem. Love that track. Favorite one on the album.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think there's really good parts here. And I think what's interesting is most of the time we listen to an album and it gives you, like, we should listen to this top to bottom. I don't think you need to do that. I think this isn't really a concept. You can, and I think you listening to it in shuffle, Brett, didn't matter. It's totally fine.
It didn't matter really. It's just it was hard for me to remember the songs because usually I just look at the top to bottom, and I go like, okay, this one's this one, this one's this one.
Right.
When it's in shuffle, I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. The track, dude, I had Farewell to My City. That was like the third song I played.
Right.
In that sense, it being a perfect closer doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
exactly. I was like, oh, this is a cool song, and then another song plays. I'm like,
yeah.
Like you can.
Placement does matter a little bit because if it was the third song, for instance, and you're 3 songs in, it's like, all right, this is the end. It's like, what? We barely started.
Exactly.
Right, and I think you can craft it in a way where you can see it like. He's kind of aggressive, and then at the top, and then it's slowly kind of, okay, I think I've come to terms with this. Let me get out of this fucking shithole, London, and I want to live my life.
Totally feel those vibes, dude. Like it starts off like the hardcoreness like goes from here to gradually down.
Right.
He becomes more
the
calm.
entire album.
Right. He accepts that it's like it's time to relax, right? Like, and that's solid, and I think that's fine. But I honestly think that the songs themselves are self-contained little stories as well. Like they come up in a random shuffle. It's okay. You don't need anything else to kind of lead you either direction. It's very solid in that way.
You can listen to Miranda and get what it's about, or Wave Across the Bay and get what it's about, and not have to listen to the rest of the album to like feel like you're missing anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say also really love the writing in Miranda. I thought that was a standout track. Same thing with Resurrectionist and Wave Across the Bay. Punches was a lot of fun. I like that a lot of these are shorter, so you could just like, boom, we're listening to it. Boom, we're not overstaying our welcome. We're out of here. On to the next one.
Right, and I think on this show we tend to listen to more heavier things. At least that's what our past has been. We're obviously going to be sticking stuff in differently now. I think this works. And listening to the first couple tracks is, okay, that's heavy, like punk, and it's fun. And then I was like, but will it all be like this? And the first listen through, I was like, oh man, I kind of want to be, because I'm in that mindset of like, that's what we do on this show.
It did take me a second too to realize.
And then I remember
the whole thing.
I'm listening to Frank Turner. Right. It's okay.
Right.
Like, and then I get to like The Work, which is literally just him talking to or telling a story to his significant other. And it's like, yeah, this time I did the laundry and I remembered to put in yours as well instead of just my own. right. And it's like, I got to put in the work, And what's so good about that song, and that's my favorite song on the album, is that the piano player makes that song. Like that, the melodies are so upbeat, but it's a straight up punk beat. It really is just a 2-step. You're just sitting on that shit. But like all the other arrangement in it is like, okay, it's not just aggression, right? Everything's major and it sounds nice, and it's really cool. But yeah, I think overall this is going to be most likely my highest so far rating, because I think songwriting and lyrics, like we've been talking about lyrics. Like that's
crazy.
Like
Brett's I never do that
about lyrics. Okay, right.
Brett heard words and he understood. Whoa.
Yeah, and they mean something, and then you felt something about it, and you thought about something, and that's like the purpose of it. I will say musicianship, yes, there's a lot of cool arrangement in here, but it's nothing technical. No. Right?
No.
It is really just punk rock, okay?
Yes.
And like as far as what that is, sure, right. As far as that goes, it did its job.
Yeah, I mean, musicianship is, you gotta reflect it to what you're, talking about. If Born of Osiris put out this album, that would be very confusing. But Frank Turner,
right.
The musicianship for what he's doing is good.
Right, they're not shredding, and I don't think you need to. It's what it's what it's meant for. Right, so that's an average place for me, because you can't say either way it's bad or good. It's just what it is, and that's totally fine. And did I like it? 100%. Right, and I think that's enough. Production, originality, and memorability are all pretty similar, but I think it sounded great, so I gave it a couple bumps there. I thought it was did really well. It's what a 2022 fucking album should be sounding like, I think. Memorability, I remember a lot of this shit. It's very good, but I'm a pretty big Frank Turner fan. I've kind of always been. I will say the last album, this redeemed it, because the last album was kind of slow and very Sleeping Souls.
Yes.
Right? Like you could tell it's like he had a different grouping of homies with him for that one. Even so much that I wanted to go see them play live, but they were playing like that entire album top to bottom, and I was like, oh man, I want to go for the experience, but then at the same time, it's like I'm not really connecting with any of this. Right? Like, so I had some troubles there, but I think the album that came out right after, I think it's Get Better, that came out right after Tape Deck Heart, and then the album that had 1933 on it, those 3 albums and this album are great package. Whatever the shit was in between, just say that was like Frank Turner doing some acoustic stuff. I just kind of push it out of the way.
Was the Deer Hunter's White album?
Right. It's like it didn't really fit, his writing style as we were going through, and then those 4 albums really do a lot, I think. And then originality, again, this is folk punk, and he's been doing this since the 90s. Like, it's not really that original, but he's doing stuff better in this genre than most. So I gave him a small little uptick there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we kind of leapfrogged over a little bit, but Brett, did you have anything else to say about the album before I do the reviews?
No.
I didn't give any numbers.
I know.
Don't be talking trash.
All right. Well, in that case, nice little tease.
Yeah.
Because I think across the board, I think we all feel roughly the same way. Brett, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't give any special bumps. I do like it, but I still kept it a realistic number on everything. Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
Okay.
Same here. All right. Well then, time for everyone's favorite moment. Let me get it ready.
I need to make like a around the net.
View, skewed, and reviewed. The podcast within a podcast. Welcome everybody. I'm your host Cody. Along with me, the contestants, as always, Brett and Josh.
Hi.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna deep dive into all the reviews and gather them all together. A nice little pot, a cornucopia of reviews, if you will, and then give you the averages of averages. All right, you ready? And then they're gonna guess the number. It's a whole bit. It's like Price is Right. You got it? Good. Let's go.
Good, yeah.
American Songwriter gave it a 7. Kerrang gave it an 8. Impact Nottingham gave it a 10.
10.
Ghost Cult Mag gave it a 9. New Noise Mag gave it an 8. Gigwise gave it a 6. Album of the Year 7.2. The Trent Crimp from The Independent gave it an 8. Music Speaks gave it a 9. Music News Monthly gave it a 10, but actually it was an 11 out of 10, but we're just going to say it's a 10. And Dusty Oregon gave it a 7. There was only one other YouTube review, and it wasn't even a full review. It was just a short. So we're the first.
Ooh.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
Frank, notice
So short, but technically a TikTok then.
Technically a TikTok, but on YouTube,
Okay.
so it counts. Chris Norwood gave it a 3 out of 5. That means it's a 6. 3 out of 5 sounds better, but it was a 6. So,
Okay.
what say you guys? What's the internet average?
7.8.
Okay.
I was gonna say 7.6.
Okay. Brett wins this round this week.
Really?
The average was a 7.93.
Oh.
Ooh.
Those
Close.
2 10s really bumped it up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the 11 technically.
I didn't count the 11 though. With the 11, it was an 8.01.
There was more 6s than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Yeah.
A little
I don't think
it's
a little
that
low.
whenever there's a 6, it's because they did a 3 out of 5, which again, out of 5 that looks fine, but then you double it and then suddenly.
Yeah, true.
But then again, other people do a 4 out of 5, and that's an 8. So it's,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
That's how numbers work.
That's how numbers work. Blame math.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into us. Brett,
Hello.
break it down for us.
All right, so my song, I don't remember the exact numbers of everything, but songwriting and lyrics up there, I think it was like an 8.5 or something like that is what I put for it. Musicianship was, I mean, Josh, you kind of said it like it's pretty simple stuff. It's not overly complicated. It is good. I like it, but it's not crazy. So it was like a 7 or something like that. Production's good. That was up there. Originality, like you said, it's not the most original thing. I like it. I like him doing it, and I know he's been doing it for a long time, but it's still not the most original thing in the world. But I remember a lot of it. So, am I giving my overall score?
Sure.
Okay. It came out to 8 on the dot.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
Yep.
Josh?
Again, right with the internet.
Right
Brett.
with the internet, dude.
Fuck.
So I kind of did mine early. I guess that's how we do this show, and I didn't remember.
It's okay.
So remember back to, and then you're gonna cut me in. You're just gonna replay. Right?
What, 5 minutes ago?
Okay. No, just kidding.
It's all black and white.
But yeah, so mine was relatively positive on everything. There was nothing under a little bit, like nothing under average. Like I said, same thing with you, Brett. The musicianship and originality, that was the lowest scores, and they're not even that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just,
right. It's just
is what
looking. It is what it is. Right. It's punk rock and like acoustic guitar. Like what the fuck? Like what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But with everything else being so positive, and I really enjoyed this, and it really brought me back to like discovering Frank Turner during the tape deck heart era. I was like, damn, this is so good. So everything was really positive for me. So with that in mind, my score is 8.48.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
I was expecting higher.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to be realistic in the musicianship and originality,
Okay.
Yeah, that's as did I. I like it, but that's not the point.
And if we do, maybe if we do tape deck heart in, a little bit of time for a retro, that might be higher, and it probably will be.
That probably will be.
Because it's so influential for his career.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was right alongside with you guys. Songwriting and lyrics got the highest markings. I gave that a 9.2. Really liked it. Felt like the songwriting was exemplary. Originality was the lowest. Memorability, I first gave it an 8, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna keep listening. I'm coming back to this a lot because I want to embrace myself with the whole album a little bit more. So I bumped it up to an 8.5 because I know I will remember it. Production was just a solid 8, and musicianship was an 8.4. So that brings my average to an 8.36. I'm not the highest.
Wow.
I'm the highest this time.
Holy shit, we're all close.
Because I really like Frank Turner, so it makes sense.
That's wild.
I was gonna choose this album before you did, Brett. So
yeah, I didn't.
I thought of the albums that this was gonna be Josh's pick for sure. So last week threw me for a curveball. I was like, what? No way. We're doing it early.
Okay, so this wins. This is the highest score on our Wall of Mosh.
Yeah, let me. My phone died, so I'm trying to. I have to use the mouse.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I did all this correctly.
Ooh, I don't know if it's going up top.
I think so.
I don't think so, dude. I think
no, because we had 7. We had 7s in Lee McKinney.
You did.
8.3 is what that score is.
Yeah,
and I have an 8.4.
I know, but I have an 8.
All right.
I think it's going to be like an 8.26 is what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, let's get the numbers in a second.
Okay.
First off, number 1 or number 2?
I think 2.
I'm going number 1.
I'm saying number 2. I don't think it passed it.
I think it's.
I like it better.
So what were our
but
percentages?
I don't think so.
I had 4. What was it? 4, 8. You had a 0, so you're on the dot, Brett.
Yep.
And you had 8.3, Cody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I think mine bumped it bumped it lower.
Lock it in.
All right, I'm locking mine in. 8.34.
That's your final answer?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 2.6.
Right close
I'm
to
2.6.
Okay. You fucker.
I knew it.
I will never listen to Lee McKinney again.
I agree, but that's how we scored it.
Yeah.
Son of a Cody, you and your
I think it
nines,
was Cody, yeah. I think it was Cody on that one.
Okay, so it can't.
Brett, I'm not alone here. Okay.
It's gotta be the right at the 2s, like right before it. Like it's so close, right?
Yeah, that's right. But give me your guesses.
I'm still saying 2.6.
Okay.
You're saying 2.6. Okay.
Yeah, 2.9. It's gotta be so close.
2.6, 2.9. Okay.
Oh, you bitch.
Bro.
God damn. That was close,
Brett,
though.
that means you win.
Yeah, I win.
Yeah.
It's my week.
Price is Right rules.
I want to go back just this year, and I want to see who wins, and if both of you break over, that means I get the points, and we can keep track of who's winning.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good
Okay.
way.
But
I'm down.
yeah,
Yeah, that's so close. That's the same number.
8.28. Wow. I like you could go back and look at my reaction when I did the calc. Like I'm shocked. I was like, that definitely topping the list. Psych. Sorry.
Oh man, it's because of the 9s, dude. I should have tried to get it to a 9. Frank, I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I tried my best.
I agree. I think it was better than Lee.
Yeah.
And Lee's wasn't even. It was just like short.
I changed my mind. Musicianship, 9.3.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. Just kidding. Ugh. Okay. That's fair. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, that's how.
Will anything be a fucking 6-song EP? God damn it. Will anything? I will say, the level of technicality in Lee McKinney, it deserves where it is because it was a very good album. Okay, I will say that.
I think
But
that's
the
what's
fact
in
that
the
there's
bump.
the fact that there's no fucking words in it is what's driving me insane. It's like it's missing an entire section.
I mean, honestly, I would play Frank Turner over Lee McKinney. Like if I have to pick one.
Chat, what say you?
That's what I would
Kick it
pick.
off the list. Just kidding. Can't do that.
Woo woo.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Where's
What is that?
the alerts?
Oh my god!
Where's the alerts? Wait, hold on.
Woo!
Where's
I
the
heard 'em,
goddamn alerts?
I don't know, Brett.
Coffee raid.
Boop, 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 doom.
Bro, you
Anyway,
break something?
Apparently.
while you figure
Thank
that
you,
out,
old homies.
chat, welcome. YouTube, the review's basically over, but stick around for the housekeeping. We got.
Yeah, we're getting over to the fun part next, so you're here.
Yeah. Welcome, Raiders. We'll talk to you in a second.
Thank you
Okay.
for the raid. Yes.
Thank you for the raid.
Just hang out for a minute.
Josh,
Yes.
it's your pick. What new
Oh,
album are you
shit.
doing?
It is.
Yeah.
What new album am I doing? Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm glad it's your week because there's not a lot.
I kind of want it for the memes, and we were talking about it before, Cody. We were kind of talking about it, and for the memes, we should
What?
probably do.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, Cody. You know what I'm talking about.
What are we doing? What's memes?
For memes? What kind of memes?
Give me a second. Gotta find the name of it. I gotta be correct.
Hold on.
Where is it?
I'll find it. It's at the bottom of MAMS.
Okay. Oh no. Oh
So
no.
You're saying memes.
It's
I don't
a
like this.
specific. Where is it?
King Gizzard?
That's it. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
So I don't know where this album is. I looked for it. It ain't on
does it
Spotify.
exist? Oh no.
No, they released it, but like, yeah.
Maybe they're one of them that has left the Spotify's. And that's the change.
Yeah, it's only physical right now.
Pick something different.
Take something different. What's the dates then? What do we got?
You've got
my day would be
the 18th.
Will be the 20th.
Yeah.
20th will be my day. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got the 18
so
ones.
Anything before that?
Sorry, King Gizzard.
You can't do Avril Lavigne this week. Oh no.
I could do Avril Lavigne.
That's on the 25th.
I could do it. You know what? I feel like we need a low one. Want to do Korn?
Sure.
So they stop fighting up there.
God damn it.
We need a low one. Let's do Korn.
We can do Korn. We can do As It Is.
No, I don't want that. I don't want any more competitions. All right, because it's making me sad.
I think this will
We need Korn. Let's throw that shit on the bottom.
Okay.
Fuck it. Korn. Requiem.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Hey, we need a floor, I guess.
We do need a 4. All right.
Damn it.
I don't want to listen to any of that other
I
crap.
really do want to. I don't want to listen to all of its shit.
Yeah, it's all bad. So it is what it is. We're doing that.
That's why I picked Frank Turner too. There's nothing else.
Yeah. So King Gizzard's only physical apparently.
All right.
Yeah, we do it for Joey.
We do.
Okay?
Yeah, we're doing it for Joey this time.
We do it for Joey.
All right.
Oh shit! I don't even know what a cold knife for alligators is, but that sound like no. All right, there's no other choices.
Yeah, no, y'all didn't like them that much.
No, we didn't. I remember that.
Circus Survived.
Man.
That's not even the same band anymore.
No.
I know. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Alt J sucks. Joy Wave had one song. Like, what else is there? You know.
Zeal and Ardor, you guys didn't like, so.
It'll be the lowest.
Jason,
but
I was never a fan of Korn.
yeah, Brett's gonna give it a terrible score.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Korn, and so does Cody. So we'll see what it's like. We haven't really listened to it, have you?
It's gonna be a 2,
No.
a 6, and then a 9.
I'm not gonna give it a 9. We've listened to a few of the singles, and they weren't good.
No, they
Korn
weren't.
hasn't put out a good album in a long time. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if something else appears within the week, if you're part of our Discord, you'll know that I changed it. You'll know, okay? If there's something better. But I think that's the only thing that's like worth doing just for the show, for content. Because everything else is literally boring, and I don't want to listen to it.
It'll be content.
It will be content. We can make jokes. Think about that.
We can't always like it.
That's true. We can't always have everyone being over 7.5 because that's getting ridiculous.
I gotta give a 7 at least once, right?
At least once.
True.
You suck.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
All
Thanks.
right, you heard it here first, chat. YouTube, give us a follow, give us a sub. I'm waiting for there it is. Give us a like, comment. What's your favorite folk punk band? Make up your own definition. I'm not sure. And then everyone else, rate us with 5 stars. It doesn't change your life, but it'll change ours. Ha.
Yes.
Let's go listen to music videos.
Yeah. Turn.
All right, bye.
See ya.
No, hey.